Okay, we're gonna go into pop culture conspiracy mode, so put on your tinfoil hats. I think this is a fun one. A TikToker under the name Fittest Flat Earther recently presented the theory that Jim Carrey is playing the role of his life in disguise as Joe Biden. Jim Carrey is Joe Biden's body double.
So you're telling me he's both Vanilla Ice and Joe Biden at the same time?
We got a
And
20
Yeah.
from Noah Sanders. He said, Brett and Mary, are y'all going to be at the election show party for IRL? I'm making and bringing seltzers and want suggestions. They're fruit and herb or spice. And Tim said grapefruit ginger. I can do non-alcoholic ones too.
I'll be there with my Kamala Harris 2024 shirt on.
You're with her, bud.
Yeah, I'm with her. I said like I'm the other day that I'm gonna just start ironically telling people I'm voting for Kamala Harris, and then eventually somebody will believe me.
Well, I might just shelter in place on election night, so maybe not.
Unless she chooses Fetterman, then I'm all in.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm a big fan of Fetterman 2024, and if not that, 2028.
But let's consume the brain rot and see what this guy has to say.
So are we watching the drama alert video?
Yes, he has like a full presentation on this, a full PowerPoint for us.
Here we go.
I think maybe, just maybe, we just saw the last of Jim. And I didn't misspeak. I meant Jim Carrey. Because if you don't know, this has been going on for quite a while. And if you're new here or to this theory, I've done a lot of videos on it.
I'm sorry, it's weird. They both simultaneously look absolutely nothing alike, but when they're side by side, it works.
Yeah, I kind of see it now.
So go catch up real quick. But if you're not new here, I'm going to show you how this mask-loving Jim Carrey is just doing his farewell walk. Now, in my opinion, and that's all it ever is my opinion, but I like to give my opinion with evidence. Jim is retiring from this role, and he's moving on to bigger things, which I'll get to in a minute. But I've done this many times before because
they have a similar
create
gait.
Things in the past.
He did do the Truman Show after all.
In the future. And did you notice that exact same forward head posture?
Ah.
But I digress. And here is just more evidence that they're the same people. And I've done this many, many, many times where something he does, he has done exactly the same in a movie role. Just like here. Taking his final bow.
It's literally not the same thing.
Behind the curtain to change roles.
Stop bringing us back to reality.
Maybe his biggest role ever. But be not deceived, because Satan, he masquerades as an angel of light. And what bigger than JC?
Why did he get like buckle fat removal in that picture?
And I'm not talking Jim Carrey, because they've been programming this for a while. And whether it's just mockery of Jesus, or it is like I think, and it's predictive programming of a certain role that guy is going to play real soon, what I highly recommend is that you get your spiritual discernment ready. Because there's something coming. I feel it, and I've been feeling it for a while. Because if you haven't noticed, things seem to be getting revved up. But as always, I know that Hollywood and the government are two completely separate things, never intermingling whatsoever. And Jim Carrey just loves to play all these different roles for Hollywood only. And their faces matching up, mouth, nose, eyes.
They do have similar
is
teeth.
Just a complete coincidence. Nothing to see there. And most people whose faces match up exactly perfect just happen to have the same postures too. That happens all the time. Just like it's also a coincidence that every time Joe has fallen, there's been an exact replica of when Jim has fallen in a movie or on TV. These things happen. It's just how life works.
Oh, the bike fall.
Coincidences happen. Duh.
Okay.
Hold, please.
Can I offer a critique?
Thank you, guys.
His delivery is not nearly bombastic enough for the content he's making.
It's because because he's alerting us to a very sobering reality, Brett.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Like, I mean, no
He's very serious.
No disrespect to the guy.
The fittest flat earther is being very serious right now. I'm looking at his comments. One person
his
said,
hat says ice wall.
one said, "You are correct. It's an actor, but I'm not sure it's Jim Carrey." Another one said, "The Truman Show is one of the best movies ever made." Another one said, "The world is a stage." A lot of people
So who's
are...
Ed Harris in the real world version of The Truman Show?
The world is a stage.
Yeah.
Because it's flat.
Another one...
stage.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can
Another
literally
one said
exit
that they
stage
think,
left off the ice wall.
Ice wall, yeah.
We're going to talk about James Woods later, but another one thinks James Woods is the actor who is Joe Biden's body double. So there are multiple different theories. But hey, Jim Carrey said that he was going to retire from movies. He didn't say that he was giving up acting altogether. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Also, Jason Selvig from The Good Liars did a couple of street interviews with Trump supporters who called this years ago. This is back in 2022.
This is this one
Yeah.
right here? Okay, here we go.
You think Biden is not alive right now?
No, the guy that's doing the stand-up job of trying to wake people up is an actor wearing a mask. I mean, there's several different people playing Joe Biden at this point. And then when he fell up the stairs going on the airplane, I myself think that was Jim Carrey. I've heard that he was one of them.
Wait. You think that Jim Carrey was wearing a mask and was the acting president?
And being silly by falling up the stairs 3 different times. And James Woods also, I think, is one of the doppelganger.
Hey, there's James Woods again.
People.
See, here's the thing, guys. Every time, whether it's libs of TikTok on the other side, everyone takes the funniest, most hilarious examples of people saying crazy stuff and then uses that as an example of why America is cooked and that it's the other side's fault. You know? Everybody kind of says that. Everybody blames the other side. But you know what? We're cooked from both sides.
Reality is cooked. You were talking about this earlier.
Yep.
Dumbass knows no political affiliation.
Yeah, it's just like cringe doesn't.
Yeah.
There was another Trump supporter that he interviewed as well saying the same thing, that Jim Carrey is playing Joe Biden in a very Mission Impossible-esque mask.
Well, yeah, he'd have to rip the mask off after the election. And it'd be crazy is if after Kamala wins, she rips it off and it's still Joe Biden, and it's like this is what you wanted anyways. This is what you voted for me in the primaries for. You just didn't think I could win because I had a bad night during the debate.
With her, I am her.
The idea.
What's her saying? What's her stupid saying?
Oh, I don't know.
What is unburdened by?
Yeah, what can be unburdened by what has been.
Yeah, it's Joe Biden. That's what it is. That's, okay. This one, right? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Biden isn't president. Who is this Joe Biden that we see?
Well, some people say that Jim Carrey's playing him. They're saying that, but I don't know.
I would act surprised, but I've actually heard that before.
Yeah, I've actually heard that, so I don't know if that's true or not. That doesn't matter.
It's not true.
It kind of takes over.
I can tell you that for sure. It's not true.
Okay, well, whoever it is, it's not Joe Biden.
So he's very confident that this is
he's
totally
very sure.
made up.
He's very sure of himself.
But interestingly, Jim Carrey actually has played Biden in SNL skits before. He's one of several actors who have played Joe Biden on SNL. And we can take a look at their resemblance here.
Speak directly to the American people.
Is it gonna be weird?
Totally. Here's the deal. Losing control. Where was I?
You said, look, here's the deal.
Oh, right. Look, here's the deal. Nope, lost it. The country's counting.
He has a smile.
To just stand here and look lucid. I'm definitely going to concentrate. I'm going to try to keep my cool. What is that? Where's that coming from? Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
With the aviators on?
Yeah.
They have different eye shapes, but when you put the aviators on, it's like no one would be able to tell.
Yeah.
And people were saying that Joe Biden seems taller recently than he
That
used
is
to
true,
be.
you know?
Now they're the same height, 6'2".
That's how tall he is, Joe Biden. I mean,
Well, that's how tall Jim Carrey is.
Like Biden just wears lifts in his shoes sometimes and forgets to wear them other
He has
times.
off the rack Lucchese's like DeSantis.
He went to the Ron DeSantis school of shoe shopping.
And back in 2022, Jim Carrey responded to the bizarre claim that he is one of several people playing Joe Biden, just saying, "Oh dear." He didn't deny it.
Isn't Jim Carrey kind of like way too animated and physically present to be Joe Biden?
Well, I mean, he is a celebrated actor for a reason.
Yeah, okay. That could be what
he
it
can
is.
take any role he wants.
Well, I'm saying like if you're gonna hire the guy to play him, wouldn't you hire him to play a more like lucid version of him?
This is just a new practice for him. It's a new challenge in his craft.
Look, I imagine that doubles have been used the world over, for world leaders and stuff like that. So it's funnier if it's Jim Carrey, because I want to live in a world where Ace Ventura is also the president of the United States.
What do you think, Wesley? You think this is plausible?
Just because of A Christmas Carol, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was very Biden-esque. Yeah. Spirit.
Are there any other actors that resemble him more closely? I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, they only listed James
Crypt
Woods
Keeper?
and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. Well, they could remake Tales from the Crypt.
Jim Carrey could play him in a movie.
I mean, that'll happen eventually, right? Like, when that gets made, like, who's going to end up playing him and who's going to end up playing... Well, I guess Sebastian Stan will have to end up playing Trump again down the line. When he gets older, he can play older Trump, too.
Well, look, Jim Carrey is known for method acting, right? Mm-hmm. Like, he took his method acting kind of...
Man on the Moon and...
way too far when he was playing Andy Kaufman. Yeah. He's used to really immersing himself into another person's life story.
Yeah.
So someone commented saying Jim Carrey would absolutely play this role if he was asked to. Not saying he was, but if he was asked to do this, I think he would say yes.
Was he on that White Guys for Harris call yesterday? I have to find out. If he wasn't, then I'm suspicious that maybe that's what he's doing. He's too busy playing Joe Biden to go on the White Guys for Harris call.
Have you seen the movie Dave?
Mm-mm.
No. It's interesting. It's about the president has a stroke and they hire some dentist who looks a lot like him to play him for...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great...
It's written by, or directed by Ivan Reitman.
Okay.
So it's predictive programming, just like he said in the video.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kevin Kline plays the president and the dentist.
That's awesome.
Or the accountant, not dentist. He's an accountant.
I see no reason why. Like, it's not a far-fetched idea. It's only far-fetched that Jim Carrey's doing it. Like,
well,
that's the only part that people would find far-fetched, that there's somebody like that there's a body double for the president.
His face is just too angular.
Yes. Like his jaw, he has a very
Like, he got
defined
a butt
jawline.
chin.
Like, you could tell when they had him do it in SNL, they filled out his cheeks more.
I've been seeing a lot of videos where people zoom in on Joe Biden's face and his neck, and they're saying that his skin just doesn't look right.
But that's facelifts, right? Like, won't that do it?
All of
Like,
your stretched back skin
yeah.
is sitting at
It's
the
Nancy
back
Pelosi
of your head.
Like, if you took a picture of Nancy Pelosi now and 130 years ago,
Yeah.
like, she doesn't look like the same person. I mean, you could tell they're the same person, just like you could tell the photos of Joe Biden when he was 29 but looked 79 were the same person. And, like, the earlobe difference too. Like, if you're pulling stuff back and changing it, it's gonna change how your skin hooks together.
A lot of people were also saying that the broadcast Joe Biden did to announce officially his withdrawal from the race was a deep fake, because there were certain aspects of that did kind of
Uncanny.
look uncanny.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just makeup, like the effect of heavy makeup on him and his spray tan and the cameras and lighting, but people were
Also,
saying it looked
wasn't
like it was
live.
faked.
It wasn't live because his watch didn't match the time in which it was supposed to happen. Right? Like,
There's
again,
a lot of things that they don't expect you to notice.
well, you can't get away with that anymore.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you used to be able to get
Or
away
are
with
they
that.
Easter eggs?
They're
like,
just Easter eggs on the world stage.
They used to talk about, like, if you go watch movies from yesteryear and you see an actor in a role like reading a newspaper, a lot of times the articles that are written in the newspaper are just fluff. They don't actually mean anything. They just take it from other places because the technology didn't exist at that time to pause it and actually be able to
Right.
read what it is. Now you go back through, like, when they make movies now, second unit has to, like, write fake articles for whole newspapers because autistic people are going to pause it and be like, that's not what this is about. This is about somebody else. And
Zooming in on copy money too.
It's one of my favorite
It's me.
CinemaSins
Yeah.
bits where they just like, it'll say like 3 dead, but it's actually about the Balklands.
Yeah, yeah. Like like I said, I paused it when I was watching The Gray Man. I'm like, why would you actually have the word "copy money" in the shot? It's not even a wide shot. It's an insert shot. It's meant to be looked at close, and his hand, his like finger goes around the copy and the money. I'm like, have him grasp
can't you
it.
just put a real bill over the top of the stack?
I mean, you could, but I don't know if they would bother to do that. Every penny has to be accounted for.
Guys, let us know in the poll today. We asked you if you think that Jim Carrey is playing Joe Biden. For now, we're at majority saying yes.
Somebody mentioned James Cromwell. He's played the president multiple times. I just watched Some of All Fears recently.
Also, W.
Yes.
He played.
Yep. And I think his dad played a president too, or
Did you say James Woods did as well?
James
Or
Cromwell.
no, you said James Woods played a Secret Service agent.
in White House. I think he's, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I've watched White House Down. I think he plays a corrupt Secret Service agent. So, thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.